WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Tonight with the latest developments in a story we first brought you last week. The man accused of escaping from the Lowndes County Jail and captured in the Atlanta area is facing a laundry list of charges in Georgia. We told you Delvin Moore was facing additional charges there. Now CBS 46 in Atlanta reports that Moore is facing 21 charges in DeKalb County. There are at least 4 cases pending against him in the city of Atlanta. Moore was caught last week by U.S. Marshals and Georgia law enforcement. You may recall he escaped from the Lowndes County Jail last September. Moore was arrested by Columbus police after an armed robbery on Highway 69. He will also face an escape charge here in Mississippi. And new developments tonight in a West Point case. A second arrest is made in connection to a weekend shooting. Police say it happened Saturday night around 11 at the Texaco on Highway 45 South. Police arrested Michael Ewing today. He's being charged with aggravated assault. 22-year-old Alonzo Seals is another person who's already been arrested in connection with the case. He's being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The shooting remains under investigation. 3 people are arrested after an ongoing argument spills over into an Easter Sunday's church service. 20-year-old Montez Howell of Pontotoc is charged with disrupting a place of worship and trespassing. Another charge is also possible. 39-year-old Christopher Mays, also of Pontotoc, is charged with hindering prosecution and possession of stolen property. Meanwhile, 34-year-old Mitty Burdine of Tupelo is charged with trespassing. Oktibbeha County investigators say Howell went inside a Mabin church and attempted to get a child to leave with him about 9 a.m. on Sunday. Church members stepped in and got Howell outside. The child was not hurt. The incident remains under investigation. Now, that incident in Mabin raises concerns about what churches are doing to keep staff and congregations safe. Our Parker King talks with the Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department. He joins us live in the studio with more.
That's right, Joey. While the Mabin incident is only minor compared to what some churches in the U.S. have faced over the years, security details are becoming a common interest in places of worship.
An Easter Sunday service is interrupted, and 3 people are put behind bars.
They had a young man come into a church during a service and speak to a child and try to attempt to get the child to leave.
While everyone, including the child, is unharmed, the question of church security comes back up.
You don't want to think about the possibility of something happening in a church, but I think as we've seen in the national news, it does happen.
Lieutenant Brett Watson with the Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department is the deputy who assisted Mabin PD in getting things under control on Sunday. He says a few churches already have their own security, and others are becoming interested.
So a lot of churches in this area and around the state have been looking at the various programs that are available to them to come in and try to teach different aspects and different thoughts regarding how to go about securing their churches.
Watson says having a pair of trained eyes in the congregation can result in faster responses to potential dangers.
That you've got somebody that's sitting there watching for these dangers, watching for things out of the ordinary, watching for people who may not have the best intentions when they come into church, and that gives somebody that's got eyes on them that can react immediately before things get out of hand.
Since 2016, open carry laws and the Church Protection Act in Mississippi have made this easier for churches. Again, some churches in our area already have security teams, both armed and unarmed.
All right, thanks, Parker. Time to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. He has a first look at our forecast. Keith.
Joey, it's been a very spring-like afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds out there. More clouds and sun currently in Vernon, but we've got temperatures well into the 70s here across our area, flirting with 80 degrees locally, much warmer to our south, and we'll be seeing more in the way of low 80s around here in about 24 hours. But this evening, if you're heading on out there, make the most of it. No major issues. 70s now, then some 60s. Worst case scenario, low 60s later tonight. Tomorrow, windy and warm. You'll notice the breeze. Not a lot of rain during the day, but during the evening, there could be some strong storms around here. More on that threat in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Keith. The Highway Patrol identifies the person killed in Union County early Sunday morning. MHP says Patricia Pollard Welch died in the crash. MHP Troop F Public Affairs Officer Master Sergeant Ray Hall says Pollard was walking in the eastbound lane of I-22 near Sherman around 2:30 Sunday morning when she was hit. She died at the scene. The driver of the van which hit her was not injured. An early morning crash involving an ATV kills a Calhoun County man. The accident happened on Highway 8 near County Road 347. State troopers say a car driven by 29-year-old Maurice Buchanan hit the ATV, which was driven by 23-year-old Austin Armstrong. Armstrong died at the scene and Buchanan was not injured. MHP continues to investigate that crash. Prentiss County deputies locate a 70-year-old man missing from Illinois. Lonnie Hopkins left Wheaton, Illinois, just outside of Chicago last Thursday, headed to Biloxi. Yesterday, Hopkins' rental car was found in a ditch on County Road 3421 in the Burton area, Prentiss County. Some of his personal belongings were found about a half a mile from the wrecked car. Hopkins was airlifted to an area hospital. His condition is unknown at this time. A Lowndes County man is accused of choking his girlfriend. Marcus Kiles is charged with domestic aggravated assault. Investigators say the alleged incident happened at a home in the Steens area. The woman was taken to the hospital for treatment. Kiles remained in jail as of this afternoon. In Starkville, police arrest Joshua Jeffries yesterday for a handful of drug-related charges. The 30-year-old Starkville man was stopped behind Palmer Home Thrift Store on Highway 12. Jeffries faces felony and misdemeanor drug charges as well as disorderly conduct, possession of paraphernalia, and petit larceny. More charges are pending. An Okolona man is facing drug charges after deputies find a stash of marijuana. 46-year-old Corwin Moore was arrested Friday by Monroe County deputies. He's being charged with possession of a controlled substance with intent. Sheriff Cecil Cantrell says over 2 pounds of pot was confiscated. In the bust, he remains in jail tonight.
After a historic run to Columbus, Ohio for the national championship game, the Lady Bulldogs are back home. Hear about the impacts that they had on women's college basketball and here in the Magnolia State. Coming up after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. The Mississippi State women's basketball team is back home tonight after a run to the national championship game in Columbus, Ohio. The team landed at the Golden Triangle Regional Airport around noon, not long after the ladies loaded the buses and went to Starkville. Cowbells were ringing as they pulled into the parking lot across from Zacharias Village. Fans were there to give the history-making team high fives and praises as they unloaded their gear. The team's journey is filled with successes, emotions, and historic moments. While they may not have brought home the title, they brought much more to the state. Our Jory Talley joins us live with more.
This group of Lady Bulldogs has reshaped the program and put the spotlight on Mississippi and the university in a new way. Throughout the season, there was a full house here at the Hump as fans came out and cheered on the girls at every home game. It's an atmosphere that hasn't always been that way.
It's been a great 4 years. Just wearing Mississippi State across my chest and just having these people around here, just seeing the growth. How many sellout games we have, how many people travel with us and support us in March Madness and SC tournament, stuff like that. So it really means a lot.
Mississippi State senior Morgan William will leave a legacy behind when she graduates, but not just in basketball.
I think we've drawn a lot of attention. We've impacted women's basketball industry, just Starkville and the community and everything like that.
Their success has changed the way people view women's college basketball.
I never got into this until maybe 2.5, 3 years ago. And now I have to watch every ball game, and they are just really good. And I hate that I didn't watch them years before.
It's this attention that's putting Mississippi on the map.
It's exciting for Mississippi as a whole, Mississippi State and Mississippi, and we have family in California. and they asked for cowbell, so it's spreading. It's contagious now.
Fans say the contagious vibe does a lot for recruiting.
It puts our name out there where people can see it, and people will associate our campus with a winning attitude, with a winning program, and that's what young people want to be. They want to be part of something that's a winning team, and I think it's something that will serve us well.
It's something all Bulldog fans can agree with and couldn't be more proud of.
Because of the notoriety. I mean, because we have done so good.
I just wanted to cheer them on because they did so great.
All of the fans we spoke to earlier today said they couldn't be more proud of their Lady Dogs, and of course added, praise the Lord and go Dogs. Reporting live here in Starkville, Tori Talley, WCBI News.
Two Lowndes County basketball teams are honored for winning championships. Columbus High won the boys 6A title down in Jackson last month. Meanwhile, Victory Christian also brought home a title not long ago. They won the Alabama Christian Athletics Association state tournament back in February. The Lowndes County Board of Supervisors passed resolutions to honor the teams for their big wins.
Lucky 7's in Columbus right now, 77 degrees. It is warm. It is not too bad out there. Tomorrow evening, we may see some rough weather. There is a risk for some strong storms. More on that threat after the break. Stay tuned.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Right now in Tupelo, we have a great evening developing. 73 degrees, winds from the southwest at 3 miles per hour, a mix of clouds and sunshine. This Saturday in the morning at Kroger, the West Main location, 10 to noon, we'll be programming weather radios and talking weather awareness. Always a good time to be prepared for storms, because this is our storm season, and actually tomorrow evening we'll have another opportunity for some strong storms in the region. It looks like we'll have some strong gusty storms. The main threat here, damaging wind gusts, probably after 7 o'clock, wrapping up between or around midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't rule out some hail, perhaps an isolated tornado, but the main threat here would be some strong wind and a quick ½ to 1 inch of rain. Right now we have no rain on our live Doppler radar. We actually do have a few showers back to the west. We may see an isolated shower tonight, but the better opportunity will be in about 24 hours because of all of this energy out here across the Pacific Northwest. If you look closely, there's a swirl out there by Yellowstone, and that's going to be the driver of the front that will be passing on through our area in about 24 hours. Futurecast for the overnight hours. Clouds fill back in. It should be an overcast start to our Tuesday. The breezes will start to pick up. You'll know it, but I don't really anticipate a lot of rain here anytime during the daylight hours for the most part. This is 5 o'clock in the afternoon, warm, breezy, more clouds and sun. But as we get into the evening hours right there, here comes a line of gusty showers and storms. A lot of this will tend to blow through before midnight, and then as we get into the wee hours of the night, that system goes away. We should have clear skies or clearing skies for your commute on Wednesday. Out ahead of that system, warm and windy, highs in the low 80s, winds from the south-southwest at 15 to 25. It will be a almost summer-like day around here, upper 70s to low 80s, south of 82, maybe a shot at some mid-80s, but it will be breezy out there. But it won't be raining all day long, primarily during the evening and overnight. There's the front coming on through. High pressure builds in behind it, so it will be sunny on Wednesday, much cooler. Temperatures around 60, and then we'll get more sunshine for Thursday, too. Another front will give us some showers by Friday and Saturday. But there will be some cold air behind this front. Wednesday night, Thursday morning, mid-30s expected. Another frost or maybe a light freeze here. Not only Wednesday night, but we may also see a little bit of a frost or freeze Saturday night too. So a bit of a roller coaster ride here. Low 80s tomorrow in many spots. Around 60 Wednesday, 68 Thursday. Pretty wet period Friday afternoon through Friday night. It does not look like that next system will give us any stronger severe storms, thankfully, but much cooler Saturday. We're only in the 50s, but back into the 70s by next Monday, Joey, with another chance for some stronger storms.
Just when we thought we were done with the frost. Inspiring and heartbreaking. When we come back, we take a look at the finale of a fantastic season for Hail State hoops.
WCBI Sports with Robbie Donahoe is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
So the Bulldogs taking on Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish got out to a quick start. This felt like the Louisville game again for Mississippi State. Slow start, but got it going on this first basket from Victoria Vivians in the Hump. Liking it. Good crowd that were watching the game inside Humphrey Coliseum. And then MSU starting to dissect the zone. Morgan Williams driving, Tierra McCowan for 2. And then here was MSU's best offense. Off of missed triples. Here's Tierra McCowan with the rebound and stick back. It's the and one.
She had a double-double.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
That's just automatic at this point. But the defense, my goodness, did it turn up in a big way towards the end of the first quarter. Here's Torrey with a steal, going coast-to-coast basket plus the foul. MSU's up 17-14 after one. Muffin McGraw started to think, like, what are we going to do to win this game? Second quarter, State starts to get it going, this time from the outside. Tierra McCowan playing her heart out. Kicks it out to Blair Force 1. Blair Schaefer hits the 3. State is up 20-14. Now they're up double digits. And a little defense, my word. Tierra McCowan swatting Marina Mabry into next year. And then towards the end of the first half, short corner jump from Victoria Vivian. State's up 30-17 at the half. Notre Dame scored 3 points that quarter. That's the fewest points they've scored in a quarter all year. Remember, they average 85 points per game. And then third quarter, more of the same. Here's Torrey from 3. State's up 15. You think it's going to happen. It's the year. But Notre Dame ends the quarter on a 16-1 run. This rebound stick back by Jessica Shepard ties it at 41 going into the fourth quarter.
Buckle up.
Oh my goodness. 8-minute drought on field goals for MSU. And of course, this is their first field goal in that 8-minute drought. Torrey somehow gets that one to go. We're tied at 45. Back inside to Tierra McCowan. She was a warrior. Gets the hoop and the harm. State's up 4. You're starting to feel the energy and the wave of momentum. Even the fans back in Starkville feeling it. And with 2 to play, Roe Johnson comes up clutch again with the 3. And now you're feeling like it's going to happen.
At that point, it felt like, let's bring out the T-shirts.
But again, Notre Dame hits back. Marina Mabry hit a 3, and this bucket would tie it at 58. State got a great look from Tierra McCowan on their possession, but she misses a layup. So Notre Dame's chance here, they turn it over. Morgan Williams in transition, boy, it looked like she got fouled. There was no call. And then with 3 seconds left, Tierra McCowan has to give a foul. She fouls out because at that point, if the passes gets off, they're going to score to win. So Notre Dame draws up this play. Arike Ogunbowale. How in the world did that go in?
That was worse than the one she hit against UConn.
Oh, it was. A fall away 3 from the corner.
Great defense from Vivian.
Really, she had a hand in her face. Yep. There's not much more you can do at that point. As Notre Dame wins it, 61-58 the final. The Irish, your 2018 national champions.
They was attacking us, and we weren't attacking them, and they got us kind of in foul trouble. Like, they came and they punched first against us, and we just let them.
We just came into halftime and said that we needed to be ready because they're a second-half team, and they came out and they did exactly what we said they were going to do. They punched first, and even though we said we needed to punch first, that didn't happen, and we couldn't get anything offensively going. And I feel like we got flustered a little bit.
I mean, we were stagnant on offense. We weren't attacking. When we did attack, we didn't make great decisions. We either got charged, missed a lot of layups, got a lot of jump balls. I think they frustrated us, and we had to gather ourselves a lot just to contain the team, stay together and don't fall apart.
Well, at the end of the day, you're up 5 with 1:40 to go, something like that. It's my job to get those kids home. That's it. My philosophy is you're up 4, down 4 with 4 to go. It's my job as a coach to get them home, and I didn't get them home today.
WCBI sports coverage of the Final Four is brought to you by OCH Regional Medical Center. Advanced medicine, compassionate care. and visit Columbus, the city that has it all.
All right, warm and windy tomorrow. Not much rain during the day, so get out there, enjoy it. There will be some strong evening storms, as we talked about, wind the main threat there. Then cooler Wednesday. It will be breezy as well, and it will feel like that 61 out there. So a big temperature change here going on over the next 7 days.
Yeah, we thought we got rid of those 30s, but they're still
Not
around.
Yet. Not yet.
All right, thanks, Keith. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.